You know, I remember back in my day when you go to a Hooters, you'd get to see some good Hooters and maybe even a good pair of cheeks. But nowadays, it's just full of big bags.
Big bag,
It's truly sad, bro.
Over 300,000 women have worn these orange shorts and tank tops since 1983 while serving chicken wings to dudes pretending they're coming for the sports atmosphere. These women worked as waitresses in a restaurant that literally started as an April Fool's joke between 6 Florida friends thinking it would be hilarious when their stupid idea failed. Plot twist, it didn't fail. It made them millionaires. It's like texting your ex I miss you as an April Fool's joke and ending up married with a mortgage. These accidental geniuses invented an entire category of restaurants called breastaurants, and I swear I'm not making this up. Your kids will
restaurants because you also had Twin Peaks, Hooters, and I think they even have some more now. See, for me, I want to open up a male restaurant, and we'll call it Tallywhackers.
learn about it in business.
And we'll serve glizzies only, hot dogs only.
School. They went from one joke restaurant to 420 locations worldwide.
Jeez.
They defeated a $22 million lawsuit from the US government using methods so ridiculous that Congress started laughing. They even started their own airline because why not fly when you're already selling chicken wings? Today they're filing for bankruptcy because of one little mistake. And it's probably not what you think. It's not because of cancel culture or whatever your uncle blames everything on, so buckle up, because this story is about to get more uncomfortable than your dad suggesting Hooters for your mom's birthday dinner. It is October 2025, and
I joke around with Cass all the time. I'm like, hey, baby, let's go get a really, really high-class good meal. We should go to Hooters.
you are watching Wikipedia. And holy orange shorts! We just crossed 10,000 subscribers. To all the new subscribers who just joined deserve some hype, go ahead and incorporation papers on April Fool's Day 1983. They literally chose April 1st because when it failed, they could say, it was just a prank, bro. Their combined restaurant experience was eating at restaurants. That's it. And all they wanted, and I'm quoting them directly here, was a place they can't get kicked out of. That's the entire business plan. So they built their ultimate man cave. Cold beer, chicken wings, enough TVs to watch every sport simultaneously, and breasts. And no, not chicken breasts. I mean, Hooters girls in orange shorts and tight white tank tops. In 1983, they found the perfect location for their terrible idea, a rundown former nightclub on Gulf to Bay Boulevard. This place was so cursed, it had killed more restaurants than Gordon Ramsay's reviews. But instead of running away like sensible humans, these madmen bought it on the cheap and built an actual graveyard with tombstones. For all
Bro, it's actually really smart, though. Like,
dead restaurants.
Even in Abilene, Texas, where this is probably one of the most religious places, I'd say, in the world. You go, there's so many churches here. Everybody says, God bless you. We gonna pray for you. It is a very southern Bible belt, and there's even a Hooters here. But it's right by the college. So it's like I went to that Hooters one time with my stepdad, and it was full of like college-age girls, and I was like, wow, this is great. This is what you should do. This is the age women that should be here. I went to a Twin Peaks in Austin one time, and it was all women that were like 28 to 32, and I was like, y'all have aged out. You have lip filler. Like, where's the younger women at?
That failed there before them. Meanwhile, co-founder Ed Drosty was conducting some very professional market research at a local bikini contest. He spotted 22-year-old Lynn Austin. This man walked up to a stranger at a bikini contest and said, "You're going to be world famous with Hooters," which, out of context, sounds like either a threat or a pickup line that should get you pepper sprayed. But Austin actually believed this random guy's pitch. She quit her stable phone company job to serve wings for $5 an hour. Remember this woman's name because she's about to accidentally save this entire ridiculous operation.
Hey, you get a blonde with big boobs, man.
On October 4th, 1983, the first Hooters opened its doors in Clearwater. The first few weeks were about as successful as my dating life, which is to say, completely dead. But these 6 Florida men had a secret weapon. Absolutely zero shame, and possibly a direct line to the luck gods. Ed Drosty kicked off their marketing strategy by squeezing into a giant chicken costume and running through traffic. But Drosty wasn't done. When a boat sank near Clearwater, normal people called the Coast Guard. Drosty grabbed spray paint and swam out to tag Hooters on the wreck. He literally turned a naval tragedy into free advertising. Wow. And remember Lynn Austin? She became Playboy's Miss July 1986. Suddenly, Hooters was in every teenage boy's hidden magazine stash across
Bro, when
America.
I was a kid, Hooters was the jam. You go up there, it didn't matter if it was with your mom, with my deadbeat dad who was never there, which I never went to really any restaurants with him, but you guys smell when I'm stepping in, going out to these places was always so much fun because like I get to see a little bit of boobs. This is cool, dude.
That's marketing. Money
get
can't
get to be a bricked up teenager eating some wings. Well, I mean, what's better than that?
Buy. Oh, and there's one marketing stunt coming that's so catastrophically stupid it ended in a lawsuit. But I'm saving that disaster for later. because we are still in the 80s now. By 1990...
Dude, anecdotal here, but in college, I was bucking around with this chick who worked at a Twin Peaks in, I believe it was Denton, Texas, maybe? Anyways, she worked at this Twin Peaks, and this Twin Peaks was very, like, they wanted you to look good, which rightfully so, you know what I mean? It's just like if you wanted an athlete, you want somebody that's athletic. You want a firefighter, you want a guy that's strong. You want a cop or a firefighter, you want somebody that's brave and strong. Like, there's prerequisites to getting a position at Hooters and Twin Peaks. I think the downfall of it is like we're letting a bunch of big backs be these Hooters girls. And I remember going in there one time recently, like with my stepdad as well. Like there were some younger chicks there, but there was also some chicks. I'm like, what is she doing here? Like she doesn't look good at all. Like there's a bit of superficiality to that business where the women need to look good. Put in one in the chat if you agree. But anyways, this chick worked at Twin Peaks and they did an ABC day, which is anything but clothes. And I'm like, these women are literally going up here wearing like tinsel, toilet paper, paper towels as clothing. I'm like, bro, this is ridiculous. And the managers were there like, make it skimpier, reveal more, make it skimpier, because they knew that's part of their revenue was how many guys they could get in to look at these half-naked women. It's a business model. It's a business.
Just 10 years after the April Fool's prank, they hit 100 restaurants and $200 million in sales.
That's crazy.
$200 million in revenue from selling essentially the same things every sports bar sells, with one difference, the uniform. Those orange shorts were generating millions per square inch of fabric. This explosive success spawned a legion of copycats with names that sound like a 13-year-old search history. You have Melons, Mugs and Jugs, and Knockers. The term restaurant...
Mugs and Jugs, Melons, and Knockers. I didn't even know that was a thing. Twin Peaks I've known about.
Became an actual business category. By
Knockers.
1995, Hooters claimed they were to wings what McDonald's was to burgers. And these copycats were...
I'm telling y'all, man, that this Tallywhackers idea, bro. I'm telling y'all, and we only sell glizzies in different lengths, 6 inches, 8 inches. Personally, for me, my signature one would be the 3-inch glizzy. But you guys know.
We have McDonald's at home of restaurants. I can hear you whispering behind your screen now, saying, this is going suspiciously good. What could go wrong? And that's a very good question, my dear smart viewers. By the early 90s, Hooters discovered that building a business on orange shorts might attract some legal attention. Feminist groups looked at Hooters like I look at my credit card statement, with horror and disbelief. Lawsuits started dropping. The 1993 Minnesota case was particularly spicy. 3 ex-waitresses claimed the work environment was more hostile than a Twitter comment section. Without getting my video...
Yeah, I mean, what did you expect, dude? You're selling wings when your tits are out.
video demonetized, let's just say, the workplace culture needed adjustments. Their attorney demanded Hooters change its name and cover up its servers. You're basically asking them to delete their entire business model. But wait, these lawsuits were just the tutorial level. The main course of legal disaster was about to be served by the actual U.S. government. The bigger war was with the U.S. EEOC. These are the people who make sure nobody discriminates.
Oh, the EEOC is like, well, now we gotta let the big, ugly women in here. Ugh.
At work. In 1991, someone at the EEOC was having a slow day and decided, wait a minute, where are all the male Hooters girls? Hooters had this crazy
Where are all the male Hooters girls?
where men could be cooks, managers, bartenders, but not Hooters girls, which, given the name, seems obvious. Like it's literally called Hooters girl, not Hooters person.
Exactly.
But the EEOC wasn't having it. After 4 years of investigation, 4 years of your tax dollars investigating orange shorts, they declared in 1995 that, and I quote, no physical trait unique to women is required to serve food, which is true. They demanded Hooters pay $22 million to disappointed male applicants whose dreams of being Hooters girls were crushed by biology and corporate policy. $22 million is a lot of money and it could break the peak of the business. Well, let me explain how they turned getting sued by the government into their best marketing campaign ever. Instead of quietly settling like a normal company, Hooters spent $1 million on what I can only describe as the greatest comeback in corporate history. They hired a burly, hairy dude named Vince and put him in the full Hooters girl uniform. Then came Operation Save Our Jobs, which sounds like a military operation, but was actually 100 Hooters girls invading Washington, D.C. These women were handing out free food to anyone with a pulse and a press badge. Public opinion did a complete 180. The EEOC went from righteous defenders of equality to the fun police trying to put hairy men in short shorts. By 1996, the EEOC basically said, you know what, never mind, and moonwalked out of the courtroom. They dropped everything. They entered the 2000s like a champion boxer who just won by punching the referee himself.
I don't know about you guys. I didn't even know of this case. I had no idea of this whole like put women in short shorts. Thank God they didn't. I already don't go to Hooters, but if it was dudes there, I'm already out.
By 2003, Hooters had more than 400 locations, and someone at corporate had apparently mixed Red Bull with spicy chicken wings because they announced, "We're starting an airline." Hooters Air was real, and it was spectacular.
Stupid.
They put Hooters girls in orange shorts at 30,000 feet, where it's colder than your ex's heart. The routes?
Okay, wait a
perfect for
minute.
cheating
I didn't know
husbands.
that. I thought it was just an airline in general, but you got the Hooters girls on there. Hey, not a bad idea.
Atlanta to Myrtle Beach. Honey, it was the only available flight. Yeah, sure, Kevin. After burning $40 million in 3 years, Hooters Air crashed in 2006. Not the planes, thankfully, just the business. But plot twist. While their airline was failing at altitude, their restaurants were printing money at sea level. By 2008, Hooters was pulling $500 million annually. One busy location could make $3 million a year, selling 200,000 wings. They were literally unstoppable. Survived the government, failed at flying, but still swimming in cash. What could possibly go wrong? Oh right, that marketing stunt I mentioned that became a lawsuit. It's time for the Toyota incident. And trust me, it's dumber than starting an airline. In 2001, a Florida Hooters manager wakes up and chooses violence. He announces a contest. Whoever sells the most beer in a month wins a brand new Toyota. These waitresses went feral. One waitress, Jody Berry, turned into the Michael Jordan of beer sales.
Is this the toy Yoda, where it's like a toy Yoda, not a Toyota? Like, I think I've heard of this story.
She was moving product like Walter White, except legal and with better shorts. April Fool's Day comes, and Jody wins. The manager blindfolds her, which should have been red flag number 1. They lead her to the parking lot. She's probably already picked her license plate, Beer Queen, or something equally tragic. Blindfold comes off. She's staring at a toy Yoda. No, not Toyota, toy Yoda. This green piece of plastic that probably came free with a Happy Meal somewhere. Jody did what any reasonable American would do. She sued them. They settled out of court for an undisclosed amount, but reports say it was enough for her to buy any Toyota she wanted. By 2010, the restaurant started to see sales stagnate and locations close. They hadn't changed anything. In fact, they'd improved the service and food.
Dude, I think it's a cultural shift of men not being maybe as interested in boobs as they were. You know, chat. Let me know. Are you a buns or a breast guy? For me, I'm a butt man. I like to see a good bosom. You know, a good keister, turd cutter. You know, I like to see that little flatulent box. I like to see that. You know, but I feel like a lot of guys, you know, maybe aren't into boobs anymore.
Quality over the years. So what went wrong? Can you guess? Yes, you, the viewer who is watching me right now while probably eating something you shouldn't be. If you haven't figured out why, let your favorite YouTuber, Wikipedia, explain. After 2010, the world was changing fast. The new generation, millennials, they're just different. Okay, Wee, and what does that have to do with Hooters? Well, I'm trying to keep this family friendly, but there's no other way to say this. Let me tell you about a certain adult website that rhymes with corn tub. This totally legitimate research website released data showing that people ages 18 to 24 were searching for, let's say, chest content significantly less than older generations. They were more into things like authentic connections and emotional availability. Disgusting, I know. In response, Hooters tried marketing more heavily on fantasy football leagues and game day promotions, figuring cleavage wasn't the draw. Between 2012 and 2016, the number of Hooters restaurants in the US dropped by more than 7%, and same-store sales flat.
Well, dude, and then also like a lot of, I think Gen Z, what is like 40-something% of Gen Z men say they've never approached a woman and never even plan on doing it. This is an area where a woman's approaching you. So if you don't like ogling and looking, then it's like, you don't even like looking at the real estate and window shopping a little bit. This would be a place where a lot of Gen Z and maybe younger millennials don't want to go. For me, I don't like it. I never really went to Hooters religiously, so I'm a millennial, and you know, maybe this is right.
That line harder than my heart rate during cardio. Desperate times called for desperate measures. Hooters tried everything. They modernized the decor. They added salads to the menu. Salads at Hooters. That's like adding a library to a nightclub. In 2017, they launched Hoots. And no, I'm not
Hoots? What?
not making this up. Hoots was Hooters without the Hooters. Both men and women wore normal t-shirts and khaki shorts.
Ew.
But trust me, it gets even more desperate from here. In 2021, after years of trying to appeal to families and women, Hooters management had a meeting where someone said, you know what? Let's do the exact opposite of everything we just tried. They introduced new uniform shorts that violated several laws of physics. These weren't shorts. They were a philosophical question about the
Those
minimum
are boy shorts.
amount of fabric
Got
required
the Chuck E. Cheekage out. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm going to open up a spot called Chuck E. Cheekage. It's going to be like Hooters, but it's only going to be with girls with nice turd cutters. I'm telling y'all, men will be lining up in droves.
technically be clothing. The Hooters girls immediately went to TikTok. The videos blew up so hard that within 72 hours, Hooters announced the new uniforms were optional. Meanwhile, while Hooters was having their fabric shortage crisis, Buffalo Wild Wings quietly stole their crown as America's wing champion. How? By using this revolutionary business strategy called selling good wings. So here we are, 2025, and America's Gen X beloved Hooters.
Selling good wings. Bro, I don't know about y'all. I don't like B-dubs. I don't like Wingstop. I mean, Wingstop's okay. I'd rather do Wingstop than B-dubs. I've heard that what Buffalo Wild Wings, B-dubs, cooks their wings in, it's like they don't change their grease a lot, and so I don't know if it's true, but I haven't ordered in a while, and I think the last time I did, it gave me the Michael Bublé guts, so I just decided not to go back.
Hooters is filing for bankruptcy. How did we get here? Surprisingly, the big reason is not what we mentioned before, although that played a role. The real villain? Private equity. Let me explain private equity like you're 5. Imagine your lemonade stand makes $10 a day. Private equity comes in, buys your stand with borrowed money, then makes you pay back that loan from your $10. Now, you're making $10 but owe $15. Congratulations, you're broke, but they're rich. That's private equity. In 2019, they blessed Hooters with $376 million in debt. Debt from literally just existing under new ownership.
Jeez.
Then inflation showed up like an uninvited relative. Wings became more expensive than therapy. Beer prices jumped higher than a cat seeing a cucumber. In early 2025, exactly after their 42nd anniversary, Hooters filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Happy 42nd anniversary, here's your bankruptcy papers. Now, Chapter 11 isn't we're dead bankruptcy, it's give us a minute to figure this out bankruptcy. Think of it like hitting pause on a video game when you're about to lose. Here's how it works. The judge basically becomes your financial therapist. The company keeps running, wings keep frying, orange shorts keep, shorting? But they get to pause their debt payments and sell stuff to raise cash. As of mid-2025, about 200 US restaurants and 60 international locations will remain open, so loyal customers can breathe easy, the orange shorts aren't going extinct. And you know what? This whole Hooters disaster has inspired me. I'm opening my own restaurant. Introducing We Wings. Where the wings are mid, the service is questionable. Instead of orange shorts, our servers wear full winter parkas and ski masks. Because mystery is sexy, right? Our signature feature. Every table has a screen showing my subscriber count in real time. When it goes up, you get a...
So stupid, bro. I'm telling you, man, Chuck E. Cheekage would do well. Chuck E. Cheekage would do very, very well. Very well, they would do. Lots of men would be there, you know. It would... But I don't go to Hooters. I haven't been to Hooters since my stepdad was here. And you know, we went and it was cool. I mean, it was all right though. It just wasn't that great. It really wasn't that great. Like the food was mid, the service was mid, the women don't really care. It was just all around, it was a pretty bad experience. All right, what is this? So, in person versus social media.
Do you prefer when a man tries to get your number in person or slides into your DMs?
I think in person is more respectable. That's my opinion.
While you're wearing that, talking about being respectable, good Lord.
No.
That's your preference?
That's my opinion. An opinion is just an opinion.
Why would you choose the in-person interaction as opposed to being able to see what his life looks like online?
Because people can carry a facade online and not carry it in person. I mean, it can go both ways, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's just an opinion, you know?
Do you feel like you could have a better relationship if you met him in person first?
Yeah, because then I can ask questions that are very necessary in person. I mean, I can do it both ways, right? It doesn't matter either way. But at the end of the day, I prefer...
Y'all know how I feel when people say "at the end of the day." Well, at the end of the day, what about at the beginning of the day? How about that? Dating as a 6'6" man probably be a lot easier than a 5'6" man.
How tall are you?
6'6".
At 6'6", how easy is dating for you?
God is good. I'm very blessed. It's relatively easier than most. I will say that.
So there are women who will go for you but will completely X me out just because of your height.
Some women are superficial like that, unfortunately, yes. But there's some great dudes in all heights. Just because you're tall don't mean you're gonna be an excellent husband. Or
Yeah, I've been telling you guys this. Being tall, like I did an episode of Are You Delusional yesterday, and this guy was like, "Well, I'm 6'2", and I was like, "And?" I knew guys that were 6'7" that had no game. I know guys that are 6'8" that can't talk their way out of a cardboard box. You know, like, just because you're tall doesn't mean you're gonna crush, dude. It doesn't mean you're gonna do well. So you have to be able to talk the talk and walk the walk. Just because you're tall doesn't really mean anything. Like, you can be tall and still have no game. You know, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. Like, guys think, well, I'm tall, that's all that matters, right? No, you got to be able to talk. Like, women want to know that when they're talking to you, they feel comfortable with you. And if you can make her laugh and giggle, you can make her cheeks clap and jiggle. Ship it tonight, should have bought a Honda, put it on a t-shirt. But the problem is a lot of guys think, well, I'm tall, I'm good, that's all I need, right? Women should approach me. No, we don't live in those days, sadly. Unless you're, you know, you got a bunch of money or something else. Like, bro, it's not as easy to get women's attention. And a lot of women now want to be approached. Women don't want to do the approaching. So women want equality, but then when it comes to them approaching, they're not going to do that. They're not going to approach a guy. They're not going to approach a guy at all. Awful crime, but she wants to blame all men. What is this about?
How many of y'all have been?
We showing hands?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
should.
like,
I did already.
Woohoo!
That's the majority of us. I think every single woman that I have met has experienced some sexual assault in one way or another. And that is a point that I want for contemplation for the men that are watching. Be better and hold your male friends accountable. If, you know, somebody's talking about, you know, how they coerced a girl or how they are, you know, anything like that, stand up and be an activist. Women experience it so much.
Hold on. So, like, look, this is an awful crime and it should be punished severely.
I agree, but it's like such a small percentage of men. This isn't like, it'd be a lot different if it was 99% of men. This is like 1% of men that do that. So I always say the exception doesn't make the rule. So you're telling me I should punish all men for something that 1% does? What?
However, what you're starting to get into is culture. And you think that, like, lots of men are, like, kind of cool with it. Most men, if they knew that their buddy did something like that, there's going to...
Oh, yeah, that'd be... We would take care of that. Some street justice. We would take care of that.
Be a major issue. Do you think...
I even had an instance where I was in high school and one of my buddies, we were out and about. This chick was like passed out. I'm talking like not even coherent. And he's drunk as well. And they were starting to get freaky and I pulled him off of it. Like, me and my buddy were like, bro, get off of her, bro. Like, y'all aren't in a headspace. Like, you're out in public trying to do this. Bro, get off of her. And we stopped him. He got mad at us later on for doing it. He's like, man, you pulled me off her. I was like, bro, trust me, you did not want to go down that rabbit hole, because he was so drunk, he didn't even know what he was doing.
Guys are like bragging about that shit. If you're in prison, and typically people who are in prison are not like the most morally sound people, if they find out that you touched a woman or you touched a child, you're getting f***ing killed.
Yeah, they go and put hands on you, bro. That's why when you go to prison, they ask for your papers. They ask for your papers. They want to know what you're all about. Hey, let me see your papers. And then once they find out what you're all about, then they might handle you. It's not fun. Just don't go to prison. That's probably the biggest one. Don't go to prison, bro. Don't go to prison, bro. Chat, dude, I hate to be like this, chat, but I've been on a big fragrance kick recently. Big fragrance kick. Any of you guys wear cologne? And dude, I have been wearing some cologne and buying some cologne. Probably shouldn't have, but it's just, I want it. I want it, and it smells good. And I'm opening up my eyes. A whole new world. And I'm opening my eyes to the world of fragrance talk and fragrances. Let's switch gears a little bit. Oh my God, bro, I gotta see this. Guys invent new variations of games every single day. Ooh. Oh my God. This reminds me of Nutball by Jackass. Y'all remember Nutball? Oh my God. When one of those hits, bro. It's gonna hurt so bad, bro. Oh, that's good. All right, let's switch gears. This is a 350 square foot home with just $1 down. You get the necessities, a bathroom, a small bedroom, and everything you need to actually live. Let's see.
People are absolutely going to hate this house, and that's exactly why I'm posting it. This is Lennar's.
Bro, this is a closet.
350 square foot floor plan. I got one for sale, $1 down, and you know what? Some people hate them, some people love them. So let's see what all the fuss is about. The number that I said is in fact the true number. The home really is only 350 square feet, but you get the things you need, the necessities. You got the fridge, you got the granite countertops, you got the cabinetry, you got the stove, you got the stuff to make it technically a home.
Why are we selling this crap, dude?
You got the main bedroom down here.
This is basically a tiny home that can't move.
You got the restroom, which we're gonna check out right now. So the bedroom isn't very large. There isn't even...
But the price tag's like, it's only $650,000.
Technically considered like a closet, but you got some space to hang up some of your clothes, and you got your shower. By no means a big shower, but it is a shower, and it is better than paying rent. You got your washer dryer connections in there as well.
It is better than paying. At this point, I'm paying rent.
They really crammed everything in there. Here's the part where people really lose their shit though. You do need to take a ladder up to the loft, which we're gonna check out right now, so let's go check out the loft. We are up in the loft. Look, is this home for everybody? Absolutely not. But neither is...
I'm like, bro, you're probably 5'5", 5'6", and that's already pushing it. Anybody that's above average height is going to be hating this.
Just paying $1,400 in rent to go live with roommates that you don't even like. A lot of people think that this home is insane, but what I see is no landlord, no rent increases, and you get homeownership. This is definitely an opportunity. Is it small? Yes. Is it different? Absolutely. Is it stupid? It depends on people.
Am I trying to sell this so I can get a commission? Absolutely. Just call it what it is, dude. This isn't a good investment unless it's in a really high traffic area. The best bet for this would be an investment property, maybe Airbnb it.
You ask. I see a home in the 130s. Your payments are going to be the 900s.
130s? This is $100,000?
So it might not be stupid.
That's what he said?
Some of you ask. I see a home in the 130s. Your payments are going to be the 900s. So it might not be stupid. It might be strategy. So if this is something that you would live in, is this something that you would like?
You're that's the problem, dude. $130,000 for that? Yeah, look at this. It says, get a short guy so the home looks bigger. He had me until he said 130s. $370 per square foot is insane. I don't have any problem with this except for the lack of windows. If you're a single person, you can live in a place like this quite easily. Many apartments outside the US are not much bigger than this. Some are smaller. Not for 130, bro. 130 grand? Are you kidding me? Chat, you paying 130 racks for that? That's an insane amount of money, bro. Do not approach me unless you're 6'4". Good Lord. Jeez, I just don't know what it is, man. Some of these women, bro, these big back women crack me up. But brother, I'm like, $370 per square foot is insane to me. I'm pretty sure you could rent something way cheaper. You could rent something way cheaper. Why would you ever want to do that? That's such a bad, oh my God. The price of real estate is just getting insane right now. It's absolutely getting insane. It's too much. All right, mask off. Feminist would get rid of all men. What is this? Oh my God, this chick is so stupid.
If you could get rid of men, snap your finger, would you do it?
I think I would have to sacrifice a big, and I think I would do it if I was capable. Because the world would be a better place.
The world would be a better place if all men disappeared.
Men commit
The payoff,
90%
no sex,
of violent
no men.
crimes. If we wipe out 90% of violent crimes, there's only 10 left.
I genuinely
That's girl math. You know what I mean?
think if you just disappear all men instantly without any preparation, I think
Infrastructure of the world collapses. Water stops running. Electricity's off. The roadways are trash. You're not getting gas. All the truck drivers, all the plumbers, all the electricians, all the arborists, all the landscapers, everything that makes the world move and shake would stop. And you ladies wouldn't even know how to boil a pot of water.
I think like within 2 weeks, 50% of women are dead.
Yes, I agree.
You have to assume if you get rid of all men, because all men are way disproportionately the ones responsible for overseeing infrastructure.
Yeah, STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Good Lord. Face only a mother could love. Lord have mercy. Men, 80% of STEM is men. Science, technology, engineering, and math. What makes the world go round? What keeps everything going is men. 80% of men already support 100% of men and 100% of women. You're telling me 20% of women in STEM would support 100% of women? No, it wouldn't happen.
You get rid of all men?
He's woke. Confirmed.
What does that have to do with woke?
Men are in charge of like all of the infrastructure.
Telecoms, truck drivers,
facts.
waste management, all men disappear on multiple levels that you couldn't even comprehend. There would be cascading infrastructure fuckery. The food supply, gone.
Everything.
Fires are going to break out within a couple days. There's no firemen to put them out.
There's fire women.
Oh my God, there's fire. Okay, let's just look this up. This chick is dumber than a bag of dildos, bro.
Stupid.
Percentage of female firefighters. Just 9 to 10%. 9 to 10%, that's it. Women make up around 9 to 10%. You're cooked. You're cooked. It's just as simple as that. You're cooked. It's just women like this. It's all about feelings over facts. You know, it's all about feelings over facts. They're not talking anything that has any statistical frickin', you know, backing. It's all like, well, I just feel like, you know, yeah. So dumb. Loki, you want a treat? Loki, free? You too tired? You don't want to sit? Shake. Shake. Good boy. Wait. Free. Go to your place. Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. What is this clip? Her man knows she's a crash out because he ain't even tried to defend her. What?
Go in the crib.
Go in the crib.
Yeah, that's what you
Go
do.
in the crib.
Go in my crib.
Go in the crib.
You don't even pay
Go in
for
the crib.
this.
Go in the house. Go in the crib.
This is my estate.
Go in the crib.
I don't care.
Go in the crib.
We are
Go in the
police.
crib.
Yo, look at
Go in the crib. I don't care.
Yeah, what do you do?
I don't
Section
care.
8?
Go in the crib. You say you mad. You mad. Go in the house. Go in the house. Go in the house. Go in the house. What? Come up, touch me. Up here. Touch me. Touch me on my.
Uh-oh. This is not going to look good.
Touch me. Touch me.
Uh-oh. This is not going to look good.
What the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck is you talking about? Not playing with you. Get off my porch. Get off my porch. Get off my porch.
Slap the Sonic coins out of her, bruh.
Get off my porch. Get off my porch. Get off my porch. You came on my property.
Better drag her crusty butt
Get off
out.
my porch. And I'm a minor. And I'm a minor. Get off my porch. Get off my porch.
She's coherent, but just not getting up, bro. You gotta love that. Karen of the day right there. Donkey of the day right there. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace.